Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Mino in Gifu Prefecture. We're going to be taking a walk before 7 a.m., or I think it's 7 a.m. right now, and show you this ancient village, small town that has survived some pretty tough times, including right now. How you doing, everybody? This is a fantastic little town that is on a lot of people's itinerary. They put it here because they've seen the pictures of it, they've heard stories about it. It's something that a lot of people will compare to, mistakenly, to Kyoto. In a way, this is in Gifu, so it's not that far away, actually. We're kind of in the center, just on the other side of Lake Biwa, I guess you would say. Close to Mino is Seki City, which is very famous for swords and knives, as well as Inuyama, which is in the Aichi Prefecture side, not too far away from Nagoya. So probably the biggest city closest to here is Nagoya. This area is picturesque, to say the least, and there's almost nobody awake, including myself. I just got up. I have about 30 minutes to take you around and show you this amazing village. And if you have any questions, definitely ask away. And if we can get to 700 likes, I'll take you into the hotel room where we're staying. Now, Mino is very famous for its washi paper. If you're looking for that, you could go down to Kochi. That's where my friend Rajier has a paper factory, and he makes paper for Kengo Kuma and a lot of his creations. Whenever he needs washi paper, he'll go to Rajier's place. But Mino's paper is also very well renowned. And it's that artistic spirit that keeps this city alive, with trade with Mino paper and tourism. But this looks like a storehouse. It looks very thick. You can tell from these doors here. Whenever they had goods that had value, they would put it in these kinds of storehouses. So if there were a fire, it would be protected. It is also famous for some stylish coffee shops, which probably aren't open, and some ryokan, one of which we're staying in that goes back to the Edo-period. All the doors are shuttered. There really aren't a lot of tourists here. We're the only two people in our hotel, and we got an upgrade. So I'll have to come back here and stay properly. Beautiful walk. Beautiful morning. Lisa, such beautiful buildings. George Lopez Mayonnaise Fund. Might be hard to find at this time of morning, but we're on the lookout. Panagiotis S. Welcome to the Travelers. It's awesome. Eugene Holbert's here. Pearman explodes. I like it. Koji Kaze, welcome. Irvin, welcome. And Archong89, we definitely need some coffee. Look at the way that they've done the vending machines. Do you see this? The one thing that I love about these historical towns is they understand the importance of not sticking out too much. So they've turned the color of this vending machine brown, which blends in with the wooden buildings. lot of these buildings go back to the Edo period, and you can see how big that they are. These are jitaku, or people's homes, but instead of in Tokyo today, they've cut the plots that people would live on into half and then into thirds. So in Tokyo, you have very narrow plots of land and they build it higher. Here they have more wider plots of land and they build it just 2 stories. And an entire household, probably more than one families within that family are in there. The brother's family, the grandfather's family, my family. The one thing that makes this city a little bit tough is the mix of tourism and everyday life of the people who live here. It kind of does mix together. It's tough because that road that I'm going to be taking you back in about 5 minutes, cars travel along it, and it doesn't look so good to have these cars on it, but it really can't be helped. So when you're walking around, you want the whole street to yourself, especially when there are a lot of tourists here. But the cars will come by, and it's slightly irritating. It can't be helped. You just have to remember that these are streets that are just used as well by locals to do stuff, driving around, and people driving through. I don't see any stray cats, or pigeons for that matter. Very peaceful. There's an announcement going on. Oh, there's a sake brewery. I can't even understand the message. It's so echoed out. Look at that unique building, this sake brewery. And you can tell from that dried ball there. Look at that building. That is so unique. The roof on the left and the right of it sticking up like this, I guess to separate it. Keep the ninjas from roof walking. That's not gonna stop the ninja. If they want sake, they're gonna get that sake. Guess we can take a quick look-see inside. Interesting. This looks like it's somebody's family residence, the Kosaka family residence here. Architectural feature of this building, national important cultural property. This house was built by the Kosaka family, wealthy merchants who have been making sake for generations. This building has a unique arc-shaped roof. This and the fact that the Edo period architectural style is retained throughout the house's construction, from the front building to the sake cellar at the back, makes this house invaluable. While some interior parts were remodeled in the Meiji era, the beautiful Edo appearance of the house has been well preserved and exemplified in the shop counter and fixtures. It's a shame that's closed. But if you do come here at regular hours, it won't be. You can actually, I think, buy some sake inside there. We're in what's called the Go-To travel campaign. And I was talking with the hotel owner, and he was telling me that despite the travel campaign, there's really not too many people coming. A lot of the people that were coming to Mino were foreign tourists, so the domestic tourism is not It's not quite there yet, but they are getting people coming to stay, and that's a good thing. They all kind of have very unique roofs. Do you see this? All right, let's go down the street here. We're gonna make a right, and then I love these old, like Showa era old businesses. You know that there's some Oji-chan, like grandfather, in there kind of working, selling stuff that probably has been on the shelves since the 1980s. Okay, let's walk around this way. Hey, Raymond Centeno's here. Something for you and Kanai to contribute to the local economy. You got it. We're gonna go buy some sake and some washi paper, I think. Look at this beautiful house. We'll definitely get some coffee as well in the morning. And Jennifer French is here. How you doing? Good morning. That's a beautiful house. Take a look a little bit. Interesting. What is that? Guitar repair shop. Really? The population of this town, I believe, is something like 8,000, something like that. Or is it, no, sorry, 20,000, and there's 8,000 residences. So that means there's a lot of abandoned houses, I think. So if you're looking for an Akiya, this might be a really good place to live. I asked Kanai if she wanted to live here in Mino, or the Seki area, and she said, nah, she kind of likes the Sea of Japan side. So I like this area. It's got this rustic feel to it, and very well preserved. And this is what makes this was what makes Mino a tourist attraction. These old buildings and strolling through the streets. You don't have to wake up as early as me right now, but it does make a really pleasant experience, and they're very well preserved. The emperor, the former emperor, came here with his wife to travel around Mino in the past, and he's been to a lot of the tourists, the important cultural places in Japan, and it was nice to see his picture in the restaurant, stopping for lunch. I don't know if he stopped at that place, but he'd walk past the restaurant, and they still have the photo from the 1970s or 80s, I believe. There's a meaning behind all of these architectural things, but I'm not qualified to tell you, like, why the wood is made in this construction and why the white on the top here, probably using local ingredients or local cement. But if you look up, you can see it really does try to, when they restored these old houses, they really tried hard to maintain that level of authenticity. Not trying to do it cheaply, but do it right. And I like that. All right, here's the main street where you probably get a more, yeah, I'm back in the Edo period feeling. Still not used to calling Irvin. It's just a weird feeling now. Our worlds were rocked when Irvin's name was exposed as Irvin and not Irvan, like I've been saying for over a year. I'm still not quite used to it. Part of me wants to say Irvan. Hey, Benji P. Hi, John. I'm sorry that I haven't been around much due to the time zones and other circumstances. Completely understandable. And thanks so much for the support on Patreon. We're getting close to having 1,000 members in the community there. Look at this beautiful picture. Look at that. If we look even just a little bit closer into it, it's like all these different textures in there, leaves, patterns. I love this. There's the fish scale pattern that you can see with the waves that would be the river going through here. And then there's some, I guess that's aosagi, now maybe, these birds. Really nice. And this is the style for Japanese clouds. You see them and they're all attached like this. It's pretty, like a dream. Whoa, spider. Okay, here come some kids walking on the street there. Sticking to the left side, right side. So this is, speaking of going to school, I gotta go to work. So we're still short of the 700 likes required to show you our hotel room. Good morning. Irvin says, call me as you wish. It's too late. Irvin, it is. Sugihara-san. Not a lot of information in English, but it looks like Sugihara-san, Sugihara-san's son made this as a memorial, or to remember, in part of the building. Right next to the bank. I guess that's a 16 bank. And look at the way the bank put the sign to really fit in with the style. This looks like a museum for washi paper. Again, washi is what makes Mino really famous. The wealth of the town came from that trade. And it's fared pretty well. But the way that they preserve these buildings and maintain that artistic spirit is part of its success and why it's still so beautiful and so well maintained. The neighbors are really friendly and they're used to tourists, but over the last 6 months or more, everybody knows the pandemic has kind of wiped out the tourist industry in so many places in Japan. No head! Kind of creepy. Where's her head? She's got the rest of hers there. Mannequins are kind of creepy, I'm sorry. Those that are into mannequins. Oh, look at the little shrine on the top there. Interesting. Not sure why it's up there. Interesting. The office building of Matsuhisa Eiske's Japanese paper store. Architectural feature of this building, 4-sectioned decoration on the Udatsu fire protection walls and roof. So I knew if they're going to be making paper, they're going to fire protect these buildings. This building was originally a Japanese style inn called Etomiya. At present, the building is used as an office and a warehouse. Interesting. There's a gargoyle. Really? Did anybody see the gargoyle? Is that it right there? I don't see the gargoyle. I'm looking up. It could be in the back. Could be in the back. So I think you have to walk really slow because you can see little things in these buildings that only if you walk slow enough and look up. If you're looking down, you won't find it. So there's a mother showing her kids off to school. Hey, Mike W. You're great. Mike from LA chipping in. Thanks, Mike. Can't wait to shoot in Tokyo again. I know. You guys got to come back. There's some high school kids on their way to school. I do like this little park here. I'm gonna walk this way a little bit, and if we can get to, all right, I'll be generous. 500 likes. Come on. We're gonna go take you into the hotel. This is where we started, right here at this intersection. So we're back at this park for anyone who's tuning in right now. But I do like this little park, and you can see here, there were some koi or carp in here. And I think that the cage here is to keep the cats maybe, or crows from eating them. I don't know. Oh, there's one right there. There they are. They're still kind of small, living in the wild stream of the city. Say it like that because it's cooler. So our hotel is down this street, okay? And if we can get to 600 likes, I'll take you there. But until then, we're walking this way. Our breakfast is at 7:50. Kanai is cleaning up the room in anticipation of your likes. She lives for them. Just made that up. Really nice. Some of these buildings used to be abandoned, and they've turned them into cafes. And I don't know how much coffee you guys can drink, but it's a good way to support the local economy by drinking a lot of coffee here. And other than shopping and walking and strolling, there's some hiking in the area, and there's also some really, it's good if you do get a rent-a-car and then drive this way. Here comes a car. It's really good if you rent a car and drive around the area, because I think a car opens up this whole area. A lot of people will come by train, and that's understandable for tourism. But if you have a car, you can really get around the town and see a lot more that way. All right, I love it when they have maps here. So Udatsu is the style of the building here. And that's what we've been strolling past for the last 20 minutes. The station is right there. What is that? Umeyama Station? And then you can walk from there. Not Mino Station. There's Minoshi Station, I believe, is up there. So you can walk from either Minoshi Station or Umeyama Station. And these streets that we walked around already, we're right there. We walked all the way this way. And I'm going to take you to the end of the street so you can see this side. And basically, this live stream will have given you a pretty good view. Washi paper is really the main industry here, and you can see the beautiful lights. And I think you can buy some lights. There's some light stores I remember walking by for your room or something like that. And if they're open before we leave, because I've come here to film some main channel episodes for the new channel. Ooh, waffle parfait. Me like what me sees. 600 yen, but still closed. Yum yum. Another cafe. (10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We'll be gone. Stephen Cooper, welcome to the Travelers. You've unlocked emoji of all kinds, including the fireworks Hanabi emoji for our fireworks festival coming up in 5 days. Crazy. Oh, this is so picturesque. I like the streets lined with the Udatsu buildings, but I kind of just like this right here with the telephone lines and the old street. Just the way it is, so narrow. I'm gonna pan over here and you can see what looks like a temple. Because you can tell from the bell on the top, top left over here. Just gonna walk in a couple of steps because Kanai's waiting for me back home at the room. Beautiful. See the trees here, all the little attention to details, and maintaining it is quite expensive. So I really do hope that if you do come to Japan, you might want to consider Mino, especially if you're in the Nagoya area. It's on the way to Takayama, by the way. And I believe back in the Edo period, the Takayama clan might have played a part in this city's success. I think they tried to rebuild a castle, which is now ruins, on the higher ground. Hey, look at a little kitty cat. It's really pretty. How you doing? Yeah. Maneko. So there you have it. That's pretty much Mino City. It's got a really cool vibe. I love the shape of this chocolate drop hill in the distance there. And there's not really high mountains, but we are in the mountains. So it is cooler here than it is down in Nagoya for sure. I think it was like a little bit over 10 degrees. Certainly summer is gone. But I'm so happy that they've done an amazing job preserving these buildings, and I hope that it stays like this forever. By the way, those are cans of beer. Believe it or not, those are cans of beer. All right, I'll take you back to the hotel. Let's see if we can get up to 700 likes by the time we get to the hotel. Just for a very quick view inside, okay? Because Kanai and I are starving. See how they've taken the little details. They've hidden the air conditioners behind some gates there. The little details. They're trying to hide the modern things that keep us comfortable. Like this vending machine. You can see the drinks, but the box itself is camouflaged. Here's the Tourism Office Information Center. Can't hide that eye, but the rest is camouflaged. Hey, John Kimura. Welcome aboard. Thank you. For the travel funds, it has been allocated to sandwiches on the way back to Tokyo. We drove here. It's a good 4-hour drive back to Tokyo. Manhole. You can see the temple roof here, the shape of the roof, which are famous in the Udatsu houses. Lovely. Simple. We parked the car on the other side of the street. It's not easy to find a parking spot, but we did. So the hotel that we're staying at, it goes back to, it says on the door 1872, which is the birth of Japan Rail, I believe, around this time. But this is also still the Edo period. No, actually, that's not true. This is the Meiji period. But I believe that this building goes all the way back. This is where we're staying. Goes all the way back to the Edo-period. This is a fantastic hotel, or ryokan called Baison, Baison. All right, I'm gonna take you inside now. Ohayo. 何時今？今6時50分？本当ですか？ Oh, that's kind of high. All right, I'm just gonna take you in really quickly. 何？ Oh, that's complicated. Okay. So there's a gift shop and we might buy some stuff. Kind of likes the mugs. All right, I'm gonna take them up to the room, okay? Ohayou gozaimasu. There's a really beautiful garden back here too. And you see there's a white table and chairs that you can sit at night and they illuminate each of the trees, which is so beautiful. And we're eating breakfast in there, I believe. So I only have about a minute to take you upstairs. It's a really beautiful hotel. And again, I wanted to stay here because I know that not a lot of people are staying in Mino. I could stay at a business hotel in Seki or something, but why would you do that when you could stay here? Beautiful house. I was editing a little bit last night. Because of the GoTo travel campaign, we got, I think it was like 35% off the room price. And he upgraded us because nobody was staying here, I believe, which is such a nice family-run business this is here. There's a view looking down into the garden. Waking up to this. I would have loved to have had morning coffee here. And the washi paper, of course, it's coming from here in Mino. They put two futons, one for me, one for Kanai. And the nicer the place, the more comfortable it is. I think it's like some sort of memory foam. It was so nice. We slept so well here. And everything is quite modern. But everything he said also goes back to the Edo period. He gave us a little tour of the room, including these up here, separating the rooms. Always look up at the roofs of the old buildings, the old rooms, and it tells a story. It's so well preserved. I guess they found a way to clean it up, but I don't think these are new. I think these are all the originals from the Edo period. Just found a way to restore them. So there you go. That's our room right there. That's our table where we came in and worked a little bit. But I actually didn't have that much time to do much of anything. No smoking allowed, absolutely not. But really good room. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Kanai's waiting for me downstairs for breakfast, but I'm glad that I could share a little bit of Mino City with you. I think it's worthy if you're on the way to Takayama, or, you know, Takayama is already really crowded with tourists. This is a really nice place to stop and spend a night or two. Take a look at some of the artisanal works and get a different kind of a feel. It's between Nagoya and Takayama in Gifu Prefecture. I was last here when I did the Seki Hamono Matsuri Knife and Sword Festival, and I'll probably come back to this area again too. I'm filming something for a main channel episode, an idea that I had. Even look at the old dresser that's in the room. I love the little touches that they put into this. So have a good day. Thanks for watching. I'll try to live stream again before we get back to Tokyo, but Kanai's got something to attend today at around 6 p.m. and I got to drive back pretty quickly. So have a good day. I'll see you a little bit later. Bye from Mino City.